Welcome back to OPTCG Central, your hub for all things One Piece card game related. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It really helps us bring you more One Piece TCG matches and more.
Your fight against pirates. That is a card coming off from Hendrik here on the left, our green-purple Luffy player who is using that to go and search out. You can actually search out heart pirates and all sorts, but here you're going Straw Hat, you're getting that Uso Hachi, and then we are passing over to Viet Duc, who is going to be on the blue-purple Luffy, and he's going to do nothing.
We do seem to dive for this at least some ramp.
I think we might be going back to sea and fighting against pirates again, except now it's actually going to be the ridiculously long-named event that most people just call Demon Blade. Oh, and also a Searcher Nami. Or a Merry-Go.
Very good. This is the card to protect your Sanji Pudding against God Threat potentially the next turn. However, we did see, if the blue-purple wants to, we did see a red rock in hand. So if there is a Sanji Pudding and you think you are safe against God Threat, you are not safe against the red rock.
You absolutely are not. Looks like we're eyeing up an event card on the other side here. But first, we're just going to pop a Don on the Luffy, on the leader, and we're going to get a bit of a cheeky swing coming in.
Gaining one Don.
It's not too bad, it's to die for. And now we see Sanji and Pudding coming down. That is exactly what we wanted. Obviously, we're going to use the Merry-Go to increase the cost of that, give it that little bit of protection. And now, of course, you know, Luffy's got the leader skill that's Don -2, which is annoying. But when you do that, you get, you know, get 2 Don active and get a 1k boost till the end of your turn. But then it's Don -2, and Sanji and Pudding give you one of those Don straight back. It's such a huge card, which is why the Merry-Go, increasing its cost, giving it that protection, is so important.
And another Nami.
You searching here? Oh, is it a second Sanji and Pudding, maybe? Which means that you Don -2 with your leader, and then you just get both those Dons straight back. Free leader skill. You want to.
But will we see that Sanji Pudding? That's my question, because I can imagine that potentially we are going for a Red Rock this turn, and the turn after we do have Mihawk. He got just the Mihawk from life, so we are able to get rid of all the Sanji Puddings that are coming.
Yeah, Mihawk's going to be good at getting rid of them. Red Rock is going to be good at getting rid of them. We certainly have plenty of options. And it looks like we are eyeing up that Red Rock.
Red Rock into Mihawk. It feels really good into these puddings. And I think that's what we will see.
Oh, there we go. We finally do see that Red Rock. Get rid of that Sanji and Pudding. Ain't nobody got time for that. So let's just get rid of that straight away. Bottom deck, and the vast majority of One Piece decks do not get far enough down to ever see those cards again. But that is gone. Now, the good news is we have a replacement Sanji and Pudding that can come down from Hendrik here, and that is going to draw a card on play. Then we're going to use the Merry-Go to give it that protection. With Godfred potentially coming down, that's pretty gosh darned important. So then the question becomes, can we actually keep it around for more than a turn or two? And of course, we know the answer is probably not. We see a leader swing counter by a Franosuke, and then we got the Zorojuro coming down, who is going to go and get a bit of searching. It's quite big for a searcher.
Another one.
Oh my word, Sanji and Pudding number 3 becoming, and Viet there just having a little bit of a cheeky smile, because of course knows you can get rid of that second Sanji and Pudding with the Mihawk. Can you get rid of the third one? Oh, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Definitely. This turn is quite straightforward. But yeah, green-purple having insane draw. Seeing a lot of searches, seeing 3 Sanji Pudding, having stage. They have close to everything, I would say. If they have next turn a Luffy Taro into Sanji Pudding, I would dare to say they had everything this game. So it looks really good for Hendrik.
Well, there is that Mihawk. We saw Sanji countering out of the leader swing, but then Mihawk comes down. And firstly, it bumps the Sanji Pudding, but don't sleep on the fact that's now a 9k body just kind of sitting, chilling on the board like, what you got, mate? But that's going to be putting some good offensive pressure on throughout the rest of the game. So that's a bit of a win to begin with. And then anything represented on Hendrik's board, any road. Sorry.
We do see another Sanji Pudding Zorojuro turn this turn as well, so...
It is another Sanji Pudding, shockingly enough. Rocinante did counter out of the Zorojuro swing, but there was another Sanji Pudding. Game straight down. One got red rocked, one got Mihawked. Is there a card for Viet Duc here that he can use to get rid of Sanji and Pudding number 3? It's kind of absurd how we've managed to drop that 3 turns in a row, but if we can bump it 3 times in a row...
He needs another Mihawk on top of his deck right now. Ooh.
Oh
and this is the 4th Sanji Pudding.
Ow! How does this keep happening?
We did see all 4.
2 have already gotten bumped to the bottom of the deck, and yet you have 2 already there. You got a lot of cards left in your deck, and yet you've already seen...
There is a Mihawk and the Giant. We do have...
Okay.
We do actually have close to perfect top cards as well. Both players are drawing really, really well. We can do 9-cost Sanji into Mihawk and have a Giant open this turn. So, and there is a Pudding, which will also help a lot in this potential. Yeah, this is really good for both players.
When you see no cards getting bottom decked, you know that search came up nicely for you. But now we see another leader swing coming in here. But this is just kind of like a little cheeky start. We see the Sanji countering out. We've now got a 9k swing from the Mihawk coming in. I mean, the real fireworks are going to be coming, well, last weekend. But also, they're going to be coming in now on that next turn. We see a big counter out of that Mihawk swing. So Hendrik is not letting Mihawk go very far. But this is where it gets fun. 9-cost Sanji. Oh no, he got a Mihawk. What are the odds of that? And off goes a Sanji and Pudding.
Yes, both players are drawing insanely well. And we do need, slowly but steady, a rush Luffy from Hendrik's side. Only 1 Dawn open. We do have 3 attackers potentially. We do know about Demon Aura, so I can imagine starting next turn. We do have set up 3 9k bodies that we will start playing Rocinante, having a lot of Dawn open. We did see a 5-cost Nami on top of our deck as well, so I can imagine that we are going for the either Nami and 5 Dawn open plays or 4 Dawn at least. But yeah, slowly but steady. Blue-purple is stabilizing every single turn. But we are playing against almost the perfect hand for green-purple Luffy.
I mean, if Viet Duc is able to get rid of this last Sanji Pudding, then they have successfully bumped all 4 in the space of 1 game, which I'm not sure I've ever seen somebody manage to get rid of all 4 Sanji and Pudding in 1 game, because who gets to play all 4 in 1 game? The good news is now, you look at the board for Viet Duc, and you've got your 2 Mihawk, you've got your Sanji, you've got big bodies, you're getting some big swings out, but you are 2 behind on life. We see the Luffy Taro coming down here, and that is going to play a Zorojuro over that Searcher Nami, which is actually going to do some searching itself. And if we see a Sanji and Pudding here, something's gone wrong. There aren't any left. Oh, but a Gum Giant, that's not a bad hit, is it?
That's really good. That's probably the card that he was looking for. So, I'm not sure if we played too fast, but I do wonder... Blue-purple was not able to counter the first 7 from the Sanji Pudding. the 2k that we got from the second 7 swing was from life. How much damage could we do on 1 life with and Zoro and the 6k leader if we did just Demon Aura on 1 card? Because we did know there is a giant in hand, so Viet Duc, or the blue-purple, Luffy had at least 1 dead card in hand, and they only have 5 cards in hand at that point as well, or 6. So I do wonder if Demon Aura was a play as well, or if we had to stabilize with this Luffy Taro this turn.
Well, the board does seem to have stabilized quite nicely there. We are now using that leader skill, I believe, lots of events, but there is also the 9-cost Sanji, but you would have to essentially bottom deck everything, and then it'd be a bit of a blind swing with the Sanji here.
I do like taking a gear 2, putting on top, playing 5-cost Nami, and getting 2 more gear 2s. So your hand is stacked with 3 gear 2s, a couple of 1Ks. So if they swing 6, you can just 1K it. If they swing higher, you can gear 2. And you have a blocker, so and you can bottom deck your the cards that you don't need. I do like this. Unless you want the new giants, then you can bottom deck. However, he's not taking the risk by bottom decking. Because if you bottom deck, you bottom deck 2 gear 2s, which is maybe a bit too much.
No, I agree entirely, and you certainly, you've got some big bodies on the board. Let's focus on them, get some defense rolling quite nicely. I am absolutely down with that. Sanji and Pudding finally gone. Number 4 off the board. They are done. They are gone. We see a swing into life. It is successful. The life gets taken. We see another swing into life, but the Thunder Bagua comes down. And that is going to be that.
Yep, and here we see exactly what I mentioned. Oh, he's going for Rosinante.
Oh, it's Rosinante. Discarding an event to draw 2. You still get to draw. And that was the key here. We wanted the Nami to draw. We wanted the Rosinante to draw. We still get to play the Nami anyway. So you draw all of those cards, including the 9-cost Sanji for next turn potentially. But all of those events that we saw, all of those defensive events, and blocker Nami now on the field as well. So Viet Duc, we've got some big bodies to attack. But now between the blocker and all the events in hand, our defense is actually coming up kind of nicely as well.
Yep. 2 Dawn open, a lot of 1k counters at least in hand. No 2ks, very important to notice. But the thing is, there's no Sanji Pudding anymore on the board from the green-purple. You do have a blocker, so it looks pretty good. And you can potentially go for it the upcoming turn as well. And Rosinante being able to active 2 Dawns is just so good. Because this is the reason why you're not tapped out, because of you have Rosinante, you played Nami, and Rosinante at the end of your turn activating 2 Dawn. And if the green-purple wants to play Demon Aura, they have to choose by either the 2 Dawn or the leader. I do think that you always pick the 2 Dawns, because that means they have 2 dead cards in hand.
Now we are going for the Demon Aura, as you suggested. We gear 2 to get rid of the last attack. As it stands at the moment, we are not getting through that last life. We're countering. We've got a lot of good defensive options. And there are some gigantic swings coming back from Viet Duc next turn. Those 2 Mihawks, the Sanji, you've got your leader, your Rosinante. Okay, that last 2 are not quite so big, but they're still not terrible. They're still viable swings.
Yep, I do dislike the 8k first a lot, because we did surge the gear 2 from the blue-purple side. So this will be very interesting if he gets there, because he gave value to that gear 2 this game. But he can still do big swings, swinging 9.
Well, we're seeing a big swing with the Zoro here. Don't have your blocker active anymore. Oh, we're losing cards. We're throwing cards away. That is a lot of resources, but it is getting counted out, which I think is huge. Keeping that blocker for next turn. Obviously, I know it's rested down, so you couldn't anyway. But you are still alive. But it looks like we've actually hit the judgment of hell off the trigger here.
You can do -1 Don, but they can just do it onto the Zoro Don, I guess.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you're minusing as the trigger. -1 Don.
Well, it doesn't need to be an active Don, so it's fine for taking a Don from the Zorojuro.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's definitely also from the Zorojuro. If your opponent has more Don on their field, your opponent returns 1 Don card from their field. So yeah, can just be a used Don.
And now we see a swing with Nami. Do we have any kind of counter? Was that all it took for Hendrik to win the game? Was putting some Don on a Nami? And after all of that, blue-purple Luffy did not have a